I'm so ready for Castle.
Could it have been a scroll?
Shut the hell up, Eric. I swear to God. No, Eric. Fiddle faddle.
Fiddle faddle,
Fiddle faddle, fiddle faddle, comical. Come on, friend. Come on, friend.
I know you're in.
It's our boy.
Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Eric Voss here with
Jessica Clemens.
and we are reacting to episode 4 of Daredevil Born Again on Disney Plus. Last week might have wrecked us. Hopefully this week leaves us more intact by the end of the episode. Who knows what's gonna happen? We're reacting to it here. You're gonna see a highlight reel of our reactions to the biggest moments of the episode and just kind of a bit of our commentary. Then afterwards, we're gonna give like our quick thoughts, our kind of like out of the gate review of this episode. But we know why you're watching. You need someone to feel this episode with you, and that's why I got my squeeze pillow. This is my stress pillow now. I'm gonna squeeze and smother this thing to death by the end of the season based off of what these past 2 weeks have done to us. And by the way, you can get this and the shirts we're wearing at nerdriot.shop. One of the best way you can support New Rockstars. But Jessica, going into this episode, what are your predictions?
I don't know. It's going to be a lot of having to reel from like take on what happened with White Tiger at the end of the 3rd episode, because that's really heavy. But I do also, in the saddest way, it would take me 2 episodes to grieve what happened at the end of episode 3. But I think for Matt, he recognizes that time is of the essence, so he has to chug on and continue on. So it's going to be immediate action into how we can stop whoever killed Ayala, but also what Fisk is doing, because Fisk is now just like letting everyone have a turn, just being like, yeah, it's open season, go ahead.
I hope we get Frank Castle Punisher soon, if not this episode, soon, please. I need him in my life now, just to make it clear that he was not the man who killed the White Tiger. Anyway.
Yeah, it's gonna be people being like, that was Frank Castle.
Yeah, I know.
Oh God, there's gonna be people saying that was Frank Castle.
I know. Okay, so here's the plan. We're gonna react to it in this video tomorrow morning on the break room. Please join us for our Q&A live stream after show with Jessica and myself and Brandon and Evan. And then back here on the New Rockstars channel will be our in-depth Easter egg breakdown of all the Easter eggs that you might have missed in this episode. Ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Here we go.
Oh, is this Bullseye? The ring, a watch. A ring, a watch. Oh,
It's
why am
it's
I
at
an
the
idiot?
morgue.
I said, why am I an idiot?
I want to see my uncle, Hector Ayala.
They're establishing her.
They are establishing her.
Okay, Angela, he's right.
You got him out of jail. A lot of good that did him, huh?
Wow.
I hate them, Mr. Murdoch.
Ooh,
I hate the city. No one's doing anything about it.
she's
and no
gonna
one's
get
ever
that
gonna do anything
amulet.
about it. Because he was just Hector from the Heights, and they're the
oh my baby.
from the
Heights.
That's my girl. That's my girl. Oh, that is my girl. That's my baby. Protect her. Give her that amulet.
You have to believe that someone will find his killer, okay? We have to believe it.
Are those Hulk chips in the back? Sorry. Oh, sorry. I understand.
Why are you looking at
I'm
the
reading.
chips?
I'm reading. I'm sorry. I read the
You're
room. I
already
read
doing
the
the
room.
Easter egg breakdown, right?
I'm reading the room, and I should not have addressed this. Is this Muse?
Yes, we're following Muse now.
He's carrying someone on the train tracks. Oh,
Look
dude,
at that
sick
mask.
ass mask.
That looks so
sick
good.
ass mask. I love a little look of Rorschach.
Yeah.
Oh my god, sick ass mask.
They really got him from the Charles Soule comics. Like, he looks good. He looks
Also,
comic accurate.
An artist just getting a white mask and putting red drips down by the eyes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Take that apart.
Also, pretty strong to be carrying a.
Oh
carrying
no,
someone
he's like
that.
Bullseye. He's gonna be a lunatic that's just like, yeah, I've just been carrying paint my entire life. Very strong because of it. Also, what is he gonna do with that body? And who was it? I'm
Drain
scared.
it, use it for
Oh
paint.
yeah, he's gonna use the paint blood. The good old fashioned paint blood.
John
I
Bernthal,
saw it. I saw
he's
it.
here, he's
I saw
coming.
it. I
Opening
saw
credits.
it. I saw it.
He's
I
our
didn't-
man.
I saw it
Mask
for
is
some
something,
reason.
Jess. You ready for Shane back in this cinematic universe?
I know his hair is long in this. Thank God it is not shaved down to the skull.
Mike from The Bear. Do you think he'll make some a family dinner spaghetti?
I do think he's gonna throw a fork.
Let her rip. I'm so ready for Castle.
With peanuts. Butter toffee. coffee for the
These people
man.
are
You can't
so
eat that. Hey, Wilcox, are these boxes evidence? Nah, the
Fiddle
motherfuckers
faddle?
evidence. I paid for this.
It's a mouthful of fun.
Nothing for fatty.
Okay, get your ass up. Let's go.
How do I audition for this? How do we get in this? Wait a minute, because I want to be one of these people.
Maybe just for a moment we can acknowledge the affair.
Oh my God, yes. Tell me.
My knuckles have already acknowledged it.
He's dead.
Wilson, did you confront this man?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
My boy.
We had a dialogue.
What dialogue with Fist? My boy, he was bonkers.
Clarifying one.
Clarifying what?
No.
Yeah, he clarified his teeth with the car door.
Yeah, his lips with the pavement.
He had a conversation with the curb as I stomped on the back of his skull.
That old
Vigilantes love them. Should have had that a long time ago. They're the only people that can solve the problem in New York. I wish I could be a vigilante. I'd be out there too.
I would love
No,
if you did.
no.
Please.
That man has a gun. He said, I'll put a piece to anyone's head.
Man, look at this. I get the friggin' blind dudes.
They're all laughing.
Let's go.
They're laughing.
Bring on the blind justice.
Okay, you made your point.
You're punching down. You're punching down, dude.
Could it have been a scroll?
Shut the hell up. Turn this off. Turn this off right now. Turn this off right now. Turn this off. Eric, I swear to God. Eric, I swear to God. Eric, no, I'm done.
That needs to be brought up more.
No, it doesn't.
wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the Skrull, the one in the tracksuit, the one with the giant Drax
It's
arm.
been 4 episodes, and they didn't bring this up at all. I can't wait to clip that. I can't wait to clip it.
Job and get me some probation.
Was it a scroll?
Yeah, let me see what I can do.
See?
Okay.
What is
You
going?
can't see shit.
I'm not big
What?
on Leroy.
No one is. There's not a single. Not even Leroy's big on Leroy. What is going on?
Leroy!
Also, scrolls? What? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Branford.
Stole some caramel corn from a bodega.
I
Looks like
love
30
how many
days on
times
this.
this script is
I said-
relitigating exactly what this case is about.
Fiddle faddle.
And I'm
Fiddle
looking
faddle
for-
caramel
Fiddle
corn.
Fiddle faddle caramel corn.
Come on, Sophia. You really want to prove a point over some stolen caramel corn on Latvian Heritage Day?
How'd you know I was Latvian?
Pretty sure you snuck a piece of honey cake for breakfast.
He's smelling her breath.
Blind thing.
Matt
He's telling her
is
when she's
always
ovulating.
on his game.
He knows when her period starts.
This man's always on the hunt.
This man. Aren't you in a relationship right now?
Doesn't matter.
What's going on?
He's in several relationships.
Also, what
right
if she's a scroll?
now. Okay. No one's asking.
Everybody was asking. Leroy's asking.
Theo violated him for failure to report.
What can I say? The guy has strong preferences.
Oh, so do I.
Oh,
So, how about this?
he's cheating.
On which he does.
He's cheating.
15
At this point,
He's cheating.
He's crossed the line.
He's crossed the line.
Mr. Bradford can have 10 days.
Thank you. See, I knew you believed in redemption.
Oh, I don't. That's
Leroy's gonna be
I
like,
do
nah,
appreciate you.
take it to court.
Yeah, take it to court.
I want to be in front of a jury.
And it better not be a scroll, blind man. He keeps. Why?
Leroy's gonna be like, see if you can get it down to 8. He's gonna be like, God damn it, Leroy.
Now I gotta go talk to her for 12 more
Wait
minutes.
a goddamn minute.
Oh,
Oh, damn it. I was hoping it was Frank.
I was thinking it was Frank too. I was thinking it was Frank too.
2, 3.
No. no, Eric.
He is so miserable.
Why did you guys have him singing "We Built This City" on rock and roll? He is upset. I swear to God, dude. What? Tell me which one's better, this or the ice cream song?
This is way better.
This is way better than the ice cream song.
Now for our next one.
no. That's fine. Such talent. And again,
I don't think I've seen Fist do something so funny in my entire life.
Next, we're gonna sing William Joel's "A New York State of Mind."
Yeah.
Hop a flight down to Miami Beach and to Hollywood.
Now, Alicia Keys and Jay-Z's in New York. This episode is insane. This episode is insane. It is
This is
crazy,
an unhinged
and I love
episode.
it. And I love what's happening. Like it's things I never would have imagined. When you think of exploring the outer reaches of space, you think of Star Trek, and I can't even count how many hours I spent as a kid dreaming about having a ship of my very own to boldly go. And now, thanks to Fan Home, I've got multiple starships. Fan Home is a brand dedicated to developing unique collections from Star Trek, Star Wars, Marvel, DC, and more. Fan Home's Star Trek ship subscription get you a ton of pre-built ships to add to your home collection, including the Titan and the Stargazer and the Farragut. Each ship comes fully built, ready to put on display in your home. They're accurate down to the smallest details and sturdy enough that if you want to fly them around and make them pew pew around your house, you can do that. A Fan Home subscription is the perfect way to make your collection really stand out. To get started with your Star Trek ships collection, just click the link in the description.
What?
Is it the same song?
They're also
It's the
singing
same
We
song.
Built the City in Latvian. What is happening?
Is that it?
Yeah, that's me.
Is that your best?
That's me. That's me. Don't put your hand. You could have grabbed a turd.
He knows whether a turd is there or not.
No, he wouldn't.
He would know that from the smell
He said-
alone.
Fresh. Latvian singing. I'm sorry.
I can't get over it either.
I'm thinking about it, dude. I'm thinking about it.
Why are they singing We Built the
Why?
City?
Why?
What is
Why?
that's the one
Why?
song they got the
Why?
rights
Why?
to?
Literally.
I don't understand.
Oh, is he going to the Muse? Who's under here?
I think we know who's at the end of this tunnel.
Is it your man?
I think it's
my
our
man?
boy.
Our boy? Come on, Frank.
He's in here.
Come on, Frank.
I know you're in.
It's our boy. Also, why do you lure him in there?
How you been? Good?
Peachy.
I've missed him so much.
Look at what it got me.
Oh, I apologize. I didn't realize you were a victim in all this.
Jesus.
Pussy ass word my entire life. You don't put it in my mouth. You understand that?
Oh my God, what happened to Frank Castle?
For your candy
A
ass
lot.
hero
A lot.
shit. Is that clear?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah?
He's like, you and
Sorry
Leroy,
to
I
waste your
can't do this today.
You come at me with that horse shit about saving lives. How about that friend of yours? You save his life.
Ooh.
You lost.
Frank, you're putting your nose in some other business. About to get your ass beat.
It's not about him.
It's all about him.
Oh. It is.
Talks to you, doesn't he?
Oh, my baby.
Every time I start moving, I still hear my little boy.
Oh. No.
I see him.
No. I
I
can't
hear
do
his
that.
voice.
Yikes.
He says, "Get him, Daddy."
Stop, it's not
Get him.
funny.
It's
Why
wild.
I do what I do.
Eric, it's serious.
Just his little ghost son. Get him, Daddy.
Get him, Daddy.
Get him.
Daddy, get him.
Every last one of them.
He's like, he's telling me to eat everybody's insides.
I can't go to heaven or hell. I'm a ghost. Get him, Daddy.
Rio, what are you doing here?
Christ.
Goodbye, Frank.
Frank's just underground alone, being stanky and crazy. Like, damn,
I mean,
that can't be
that's
good for him.
exactly
though.
where I'd expect to find him.
And that's why you knew exactly where to go.
Yikes, what a scene.
That scene was great.
Hell
and
yeah.
I'm so mad because I can't, the Latvian singing, but that
It's just
scene
so
was
out of place
so
for the rest of the
good. That
episode.
scene was great.
Yeah, it was really good.
I would love to watch that over and over again.
Sergeant Day.
This man's a deviant. How is he down to bone after everything he's gone through
He
today?
needs it. He has earned it.
He said, like, White Tiger in the outfit, he's like, I breathe this. This is who I am. Take me to Bone Town.
Mama?
I can't imagine you not being here.
If she dies, I'm going to be so
Well,
mad.
get ready for
Yeah,
that.
I was like, this is the part where I was like, Jessica, look at all this lead up with Hector. Look at all this stuff that's happening that we're seeing.
So, yeah.
Yeah, jacked and for Christ. Oh.
We know that painting.
I know that painting. I know those masks.
So many.
They're practicing. They're getting back into their habits. Getting back in their habits. Going back to their roots.
I wonder,
Oh, Adam.
would you agree with that, Adam?
You just eating your fancy dinner and fancy wine in front of me?
Let me out!
My God.
That's wild. That's crazy ending. This is an insane ending. Okay. I was like, Jesus, if that's where it ends. Oh, here he comes. He's gonna get that blood. He's Sweeney Toddying it.
Oh my God.
We've seen a lot of these in the little.
Oh, that's a lot of.
That's how you get them.
Oh, poor man.
Is that T.I.? It's not T.I., you guys. I'm sorry. I was making a joke.
Oh, yuck.
He's literally like, let me siphon some of your blood.
Whoa.
I love that they were like, I kind of want to make a Hannibal show. They said, I kind of want to make Hannibal.
Yeah.
That episode turned so wild. That episode turned so wild.
There were so many zigzags in this episode, tonally kind of all over the place. I have to be honest, Jess, I liked a lot in this episode. Obviously,
100.
Frank Castle back in the scene, just any scene, as emotionally charged as that was between, Jon Bernthal and Charlie Cox, they crushed it. However, I have to say the seams were very clear.
Yeah.
Like you can tell that this was two very different shows that were stitched together in the edit.
It feels like it stopped at exactly a timestamp. It stopped right there. And then I went, oh, this is good.
Yeah, they very clearly just kind of cobbled together two different shows.
Yeah,
two
100%.
very different reshot shows. One version of the show where it's, Mayor Fisk and the reconstruction he's trying to do around New York. Matt taking on this case of Leroy stealing caramel corn and trying to write a version of this where, talking about whether deterrence actually works and whether the system is really failing people, whether we should be throwing the book at just petty theft like this. I get what they were trying to do, but then clearly they got in there and said, oh, we can't just have a whole episode just about that. So let's bring back the Hector Ayala stuff, the bullet casing, going to visit Frank Castle in his weird subway dungeon, wherever he is. And then all this stuff with the therapy of the Ayelet Zurer version of Vanessa, bringing back the old Rabbit in a Snowstorm painting that has the blood spattered on it from the Daredevil season 3 finale, and then chaining up this Adam guy and then eating a delicious penne meal with sausage. Like, it just feels like completely different shows that were merged together.
It was two different episodes, for sure, merged together. But I will say that second half, it redeemed it for me. It was so zigzaggy in terms of like the narrative and going straight and being linear. Not there. I'm very confused by what was going on because the stuff at the beginning didn't really like help us at the points at the end. But that scene between Jon Bernthal and Charlie Cox.
Yeah, sure. Let's talk about that.
Those are the parts that got me. I was like, and I don't even think you had to do that much directing. I don't think you had to do that much direction. Like Jon Bernthal screaming at him.
Yeah.
And that is Frank Castle. He is broken. He's broken and hurt. And for him to come out the gate immediately and be like, you can't even say your best friend's name. Like, come on.
Here's I think if you walk away from this episode just loving these moments, totally fine. I don't want to yuck your yum. It's just after 3 episodes, we are now after 4 episodes. The first 3 episodes really do train us to appreciate the arc of an episodic structure, and to see an episode of TV as one coherent, monolithic work of art that tells a story about these characters that is episodic and feeding into a season-long narrative, but on its own holds its own water. This episode did not hold its own water. This episode was full of holes and was just patched together, and I really do feel cobbled together.
You can see that.
And has plenty of great moments that do redeem the experience that we just sat through, but ultimately on its own did not work at all. I do not understand why Wilson Fisk had these back-to-back we built the city musical
And
moments.
I know it's a joke, but it's serious. Why were those put in there? Why was that in any of that put in? I don't even like the scenario of him and Sheila beefing and him keep pitching ideas that's like, we'll start there. No, what about here? No, what about there? I'm like, that's slapstick comedy.
I get what they were trying to do by just showing Wilson Fisk struggling as the mayor of New York to try to just do the basic stuff, to cut through the red tape, to clean up the city. And when he does try to clean up the city, he gets slapped with being a garbage mayor. You know, I get that.
I get
it's
it.
just
but
in execution, it feels like they just took story beats that were conceived to be part of something else and stitched them together in Adobe Premiere into something that kind of works, but only because it's buoyed by these reshot scenes that are just member berries
100%.
of like season 2 of Daredevil.
No, 100%.
And it just did not work for me. I have to be honest.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point of like reviewing stuff, right? It's like, oh, what I like cinematically, but then also what I like as a story.
Yeah.
And I'm like, watching this, I had a fun time. I had a very fun
a lot of
time.
fun.
I
Yeah.
had so much. Thank God I had to watch it with someone else to reassure me I wasn't crazy. But like, and that's the thing, the member berries, I'm like, yeah, this is like, I'm enjoying watching this because of these moments. But if I'm critiquing it on like everything else, my dude, I can see the seams. I can see where they literally put it. It's a quilt mixed with a bunch of different fabrics. Like, I get it. I see it. And I don't know. That it makes me nervous a little bit.
I felt like we were watching 4 different shows that are not thematically harmonious with each other. And it's because they reshot scenes to try to make it feel like the older era of Daredevil. And that's fine. I like that older era of Daredevil. But what really worked about last week is that like that hour of just Matt trying to prosecute or trying to defend, you know, Hector Ayala and prosecute the NYPD did feel like a thematically structured good story. And this did not feel like a good story. And it's okay. You know, not every hour of this is going to be A+ material. I think by the end of this season, it'll feel good. It will understand what the journey was. But ideally, you have something like Penguin, if you're going to do a procedural, where every hour the Penguin worked.
Well, I was going to ask, I was like, do you think there's just two? Because at one point, and girl, I don't know how I would write it. I'm asking more so like, there's so many characters, so many plots, and each character is now getting like their own plot and story. How are they supposed to make it all so cohesive? It feels like this episode, I understand the episode is like a quilt of a bunch of different fabrics, but I was like, oh, okay, at what point do they make them all cohesive?
Yeah. Nothing against Michael Gandolfini, but the Daniel storyline does not.
Stop. Not necessary.
It does not work for me.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I love my boy, but I don't need it.
Yeah. This subplot, this character is just not working for me on this show.
Is it just to remind us of Young Fisk? Is it for him to be the mirror? Because to be fair, Hector, every time he was talking to Daredevil, was Daredevil also reflecting on himself? So I'm like, is that what we're supposed to see between Michael Gandolfini?
I think he's supposed to have kind of a son figure because he is concerned with his legacy. Maya rejected him. A daughter figure rejected him to have a son figure. I get that. I would have been far more interested to see BB Urich in this role of like a complex,
100%.
torn apart media figure who wants the big scoop, kind of talking about the editorial complex decision making she has to make, the ethics in journalism is a very interesting story. Yeah. Are you just like a pawn for this political figure, or are you going to bite the hand that feeds you? That's interesting. We didn't get to see that.
I think that's a story that does kind of align with Urich and the head of the news department that he worked for, where they were like, people don't really want this, and he's like, but I want to do this underground stuff, and they were fighting. I understand that kind of correlates, but I'm still like, BB's doing it in a different manner. And if it was working under Fisk and learning, but also being like, no, you're doing this wrong. Like, we don't have enough pushback on him either. I get Sheila, what Sheila's doing, but I'm like, Sheila also is just playing the game for herself. She's like, I've been here before and I'm going to be here after. So I'm going to help you guys figure it out. I would love BB Urich to come in and be like, this does not make sense. Yeah. You aren't helping anything. How can you challenge this? It's weird. I'm not trying. Also, I mean, I don't think even if I am coming at it really hard, this episode was fucking wild. I stand by my decision that this was an insane episode. And it was beyond the fiddle faddle, we live this city on rock and roll song in 2 languages. 2 languages. We don't get an hour. We get 51 minutes with credits. So you telling me right now we got 2 versions of We Built This City on rock and roll in 2 languages.
Yeah, I understand the need to creatively overhaul. Like, just having Matt defend this Leroy guy who stole the fiddle faddle, I understand. You look at that and like, this is not going to work on its own.
Yeah, 100.
But to fix it this way by just injecting John Bernthal in it just feels like a kind of a obvious, inelegant solution. I get it. Adding John Bernthal to anything does make it better.
It did make it better.
But they didn't like weave it in the episode elegantly enough so that we wouldn't see the seams. So it just,
I don't know if there was a way to do, and that this means you'll only play devil's advocate.
The way you do it is you scrap the episode.
Oh, yeah, I guess. I'm like, but I need that Bernthal scene, and I don't know if there's a scene
then
where we
write
get that
a new
Bernthal
episode
scene
that just
around
has
that.
Bernthal. And yeah, you know, like just to have one scene just didn't fix it enough. It just felt like addressing what was a weak storyline by just like adding a new scene into it and not having a proper transition. You had to completely restructure the episode.
100.
I think, and they didn't do it. So
to
it's
play
fine.
to play devil's advocate only because I like these parts. I do love the mystery behind the Muse and the Atom prison cell, and I love the idea of like, oh, Daredevil goes up to the roof at night to practice again. It's just who he is. But then also Fisk is like, I'm actually eating horribly. Well, not horribly, delectably.
He's enjoying his cheat meal.
I'm getting my cheat meals in while I watch my wife's lover in a cell growing his hair. But also, yeah, what are you gonna do with that guy? Oh, what if he just like eats and then he gives him the plate and he's like, you can lick the plate.
You can lick the plate.
Oh my God, dude, that's crazy. So Fisk has never changed, and technically neither has Daredevil. And I love the mystery, not the mystery, but the lure. Like, I love, give me more of that scenes and how they looked. I even noticed in the second part, like, oh, when Matt walks into rooms, their color changes, it shifts. It feels a little too neutral in the earlier scenes that we're seeing in this episode. But I'm like, that second half, I did really like it. But I mean, those I can see it. And that's all I'm saying. I'm like, I can see it.
And you know what? Bring your questions and your thoughts to the break room tomorrow morning. I'm going to be breaking down this episode because there is so much good shit in it.
There is a lot of good shit in it.
And I'm being kind of hard on it now, right? But like, look, there's a lot of good stuff in it. So I'm just going to approach it like the Punisher scene, the reshot stuff, and even the Leroy Fiddle Faddle stuff. There's good
has to be approached.
There's good stuff, but I mean, doesn't that even feel like, you know, a script that was written in 2021?
No,
They're like,
100%.
you're allowed to mention scrolls.
100%.
So they just had Leroy bring up
100%.
scrolls, right? It felt like
100%.
back in a world where Marvel still thought Secret Invasion was the thing they were building up
and
towards.
it was just like, again, not even seamless. It was just you just
clunky.
threw it at me.
Yeah.
Just threw it at. There's a way you can interject that line and it sounds actually normal. I laughed, not because it's scrolls. I laughed because of the way it's interjected out of nowhere, left field.
Yeah.
There's a way you can seamlessly put that in there. But again, yeah, Easter egg wise, there is a lot of Easter eggs, to be fair.
Leroy!
Also, I get this is me ranting. I get completely what Leroy's saying. I agree with a lot of what
Sure.
Leroy's saying.
Hell yeah.
I'm not gonna forget how he was acting at the beginning. You hurt my feelings.
Pretty ableist.
You were being ableist
He
as hell.
doubled
You
down
were
on it.
you doubling down. You got the room laughing at me. But also, again, I'm working within the parameters of what we can do. And it's a very hard life. I agree with you, but I'm working in the parameters I can give you. In 7 days, man, come on, let's do this. He's like, nope.
I
No,
mean,
blind
wouldn't it
man.
have been more valid just to have Leroy be like, not him. His last client got gunned down after
And
he's
that's
done
what
with
I
him.
thought he was going to say.
Yeah.
That's literally what I thought he was going to say, because I was like, yeah, he showed the mask. Everyone knows he showed the mask. I would be like, this guy does not care about his clients.
Yeah.
I genuinely thought that's what he was going to say.
No.
And he said, not a blind guy.
They made him they wrote the character to be kind of
And
dumb.
I hated it. I didn't
Yeah.
like that they wrote him to be like a stupid person, because I was like, that seeing him delivering like the realness of it all, I was like, yeah, this is good. But you're so ridiculous at the beginning.
It's
Your
wrapped
introduction.
in with a lot of goofy writing
Yeah.
for him. Yeah. The actor did a great job.
Yeah.
It was just kind of a shame. Anyway, okay.
Sorry, we keep going.
We could talk more about this, and we will tomorrow morning in the break room. So be sure to join us, and I want to hear in the comments below your thoughts, your reactions to this episode. Be sure to follow New Rockstars on all social channels and grab one of these Daredevil Punisher stress pillows,
dude.
because it's great. And we got to get some Ghost Foggy stuff in there.
Ghost Foggy?
'cause
We
Matt
draw him
still
like
sees him.
Agatha, but
Yeah.
it's a ghost. He's
Yeah.
in a suit? Or is
He's
it
still
is
the
it
same.
is it a ghost version of him from Mighty Ducks?
It's just no him, a ghost sitting at Josie's bar saying this round's on me.
That is sad, dude. Or oh my god, get that like, the funny art where people have the gates of heaven and it's him with the wings. Oh, we could get that spray painted on like t-shirts for us. I'll get it for us for Christmas.
We'll do it.
I'll get it for our birthday.
Well, Jess, thanks for watching this episode with me. It was a lot of fun.
No, dude, I was talking shit, but it is a very fun episode to watch with someone. It is it is kooky as hell.
Comment down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye.